Hey there, Andrews Elementary families, and welcome to our Andrews Elementary Title I presentation for 2021 and 22. I'm so excited that you're here and watching this video. Its purpose is going to be to explain what we're doing to make Andrews even better than what it is and how we use Title I funding to help support our academic goals. So first, we'll start off with a little bit of history of Title I, if you're unaware what that is. But Title I started actually in 1965, and it was intended to provide all children with the opportunity to have a high-quality education. So it didn't matter if a student lived in a rich community or in a poor community. Title I's purpose was to provide funding that would help support students, no matter what academic or socioeconomic status that they came from. This helps aid schools with high-risk populations. So the question then, how much does each school receive? So it's different school to school, but Andrews Elementary received about $117,000 last year. Now that seems like a lot of money, trust me, I know. But once you break that down and really get into how much things cost, it really isn't a ton of money. So we budget about $1,000 every year to hold parent type events. That would include this meeting now, that would include some of our title nights, materials and things that go home when families come to help provide their students support at home. That all comes out of that. Now, we also have 4 Title I parapros at Andrews Elementary, and the majority of their salaries and benefits come out of that. So you can see about $100,000 is for those 3 extra bodies. Now, those parapros help support every student at Andrews Elementary with academic learning goals. So your children will know who these parapros are. They work with these parapros. They work from the time school starts to the time it closes, helping support your children with their needs. Now, we also have some ELA coaches in Three Rivers, and these coaches also help support the teachers and the students to help give your child a better education and foundation for their learning. Now, let me move this over here. How are we using that money to help support our school? Well, all of these details and things are outlined in our school improvement plan, which is a document that can be found online. And basically, that outlines all of our academic goals that we're trying to achieve this year in the 4 main core subject areas. So, math, reading, science, and social studies. Now, we did talk already about how parapros help support, and that's where the majority of our Title I fund goes. So that is obviously a huge part of how we're using these funds to help our school. There's also a parent involvement plan, which is also, again, found online, and I'll show you where those resources are that you can refer to. These are the things that we are doing to try to engage parents in the educational process for their children. And then we have curriculum resources as well that can be funded through Title I sometimes as well. So, our school improvement goals. Now, this will be highlighted in detail online in the document that I'm going to show you in just a minute, but these are the highlights. I already spoke about the 4 core subject areas: math, ELA, social studies, and science. Now, the majority of these goals that you'll find outlined in there are deadlined or established to be kind of completed by June of 2022. So the end of this year, the school year. Now, math, we want 70% of our students at benchmark according to the NWEA assessment. And that's the same for ELA. So we have our data currently. We're tailoring our academic services and needs to the students that are not at benchmark, and we're trying to make 70% of our students meet that goal. Now, for social studies and science, this is an increase. So we're trying to increase our social studies benchmark by 12% compared to last year, and science a 10% increase. Now, we dig heavily into this data. These are overarching numbers, I understand, but you can really break down this data by subgroups, by economic status, diversity, all sorts of things that we compile and again, tailor the educational needs to meet the needs of the students so that we can reach these goals by June. Now, some of the other things outlined in the parent involvement plan online are the parent nights that we have, the materials that we send home throughout the year. We have flexible meetings. We try to increase the communication. This year, we're doing parent engagement nights monthly, which has been a big success. If you haven't had an opportunity to attend one of those, I heavily encourage it. We have surveys that we give to stakeholders that will allow us to have feedback. We have classroom websites and newsletters. We hold quite a bit of community events. And again, all of these plans are available online. Now, I want to show you where to find these resources. We've done our very best at Andrews Elementary to make these very easy. So everybody knows the trschools.org website. That's here in the corner. If you just type in www.trschools.org, it'll take you right there to the district website, or you can just Google Three Rivers Community Schools and it'll take you right there. So on the top, there's a quick link for schools. When you hover over that, you'll have to click on elementary schools and then select Andrews Elementary. Now, when you do that, it'll take you to our Andrews Elementary page, and I've quick linked both the school improvement plan and the parent involvement plan right at the top of the page. So it's super easy to get to. You'll be able to check out all those documents anytime you want. Those are available 24/7 all year long, whenever you feel like checking those things out. Or if you have a question, it's a great way to kind of dig in and to do some research on what we're all about. So again, this is a quick meeting just to really share with you what we're doing with our Title I funding, how much money we've been giving, and what we're using that for. Also to discuss our academic goals that we have here at Andrews Elementary and what we're doing to help your child succeed. Now, I would ask that there is a quick survey that you can complete. I'm going to send it out through School Messenger right with this video. Please click on that. It's only 3 or 4 questions, super quick, but we use that feedback. We submit that to the state, and we also tailor our next year's presentation based on the feedback that you give us. So please, once again, it only takes a couple seconds. I made it short because I know nobody loves filling out long surveys, but again, we use that information and we submit that to the state to meet our compliance. So again, I'll send that out through School Messenger. You would have gotten it right after this video. But thank you again for all you do for our staff and for our students and help Andrews Elementary be the best that it can be.